Okay guys, so if you're like me, you hate getting returns on eBay. Unfortunately, it's just part of business. Doesn't necessarily mean you're doing anything wrong in your business. Major successful companies get returns. If you go to Walmart after Black Friday and you look at the customer service line, you're gonna see no shortage of people returning items. So it doesn't mean that you're failing in your business. It's just you need to come to expect those things. So when they happen, you can be prepared and deal with them correctly. However, there are some things that are in our control that we can do to prevent returns. So that's where I get into the list. Number one tip I have is don't oversell your item. Guys, I see this time and time again where resellers make the mistake of overselling their item. I list a lot of phones and electronics, so I see a lot of people selling phones as like new condition or excellent condition, which your item may be in that condition, but I'd be very hesitant to oversell the item. I would rather, tell people that my item's not as in good condition as it really is, so then when they get the item, they're blown away with the quality of the item that they're getting, and usually it doesn't affect the price. But guys, a big scam that goes around on eBay is people will see those keywords like new, excellent condition, and they will get the item in the mail and say, hey, there's a scratch on this item, I want a partial refund. And you can go and try to fight the partial refund, and maybe you might win, but I don't know about you guys. I want to preserve my time as a business owner. I don't want to be spending a lot of time calling into eBay trying to dispute that this item had a scratch on it or not. So that's my first tip. Don't oversell your item. Just write a little blurb, say, items in good condition, may have light, wear, please view pictures to confirm that it's in the condition that you are looking for. So just something like that. Number two is going to be take clear pictures. Guys, you want to take as clear pictures as you can. Make sure that you have good lighting. You don't have to have like a professional lighting setup, but you want to make sure that you have good lighting in your pictures, a good clear background. If the item has any defects or flaws, you got to make sure that you're taking close-up pictures of it. If you're taking pictures of clothing, you want to make sure that you're putting like a yardstick, measuring the pit-to-pit measurements of like a shirt and the length of it. That way people can kind of get an idea of the size. Because if you just put, I have a size large shirt, then large can vary based off of the brand. That's tip number two, take good, clear pictures. Hey guys, before I get into tip number three, I did want to share with you guys real quick, we have a new Facebook group. If you guys are interested in learning how to flip phones and electronics, how I get my inventory, how I sell it, how I make good profit margins on it, there's a free Facebook group you can join. Just click on the link below. I teach you guys all about my strategies on how to do that. Feel free to join that if you would like. Okay guys, tip number three, it's gotta be have good, clear descriptions. Guys, descriptions are very important. It's kind of the same thing as with pictures. You want to disclose any defects or flaws, and you don't want to oversell the item in the description. So, I like to do a lot of copy and paste on my description, especially when it comes to things like handling time, shipping, those types of things. And then I always write one little blurb about the item. So, if it's an item that has a defect, I'll say, this phone's in great condition, however, there are some scratches on the back. Please view the pictures to see the scratches, or something like that. So just make sure you put a little blurb about the item, and if there's any flaws or defects, make sure you disclose those. So that's tip number three. Tip number four is going to be very clear on your shipping and handling times. Guys, we live in an age where people can click on Amazon and get an item within like 1 or 2 days. So people come to expect their items quick. And if you're not, living up to your shipping and handling times, or if you're not disclosing that, it could take 1 to 3 business days for you to ship the item, these are very important things that you need to do so that you can prevent getting returns, especially if you're shipping around the holidays, because people tend to return items if they don't get their item on time. So make sure you're being very clear and open about your shipping times. Last tip for you guys, tip number 5 is going to be package your items safely. Guys, nothing frustrates me more when I order an item on eBay, it arrives in the mail and it's damaged because they did not pack the item correctly. So especially if you're shipping fragile items, or if you're shipping like electronics like I do, or big items, you want to make sure that you're using bubble wrap, packing paper, packing it in a good box if you're shipping a fragile item. Those are very important things to do, because I'm sure, as you guys know, USPS, FedEx, UPS, they're not always the most gentle with their packages, especially FedEx. I don't know if you guys have had any experiences with them, but you want to make sure that you're packing everything very safely. That kind of goes without saying, but that's tip number 5, is make sure you package your items correctly. That's all I got for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you could help me get there, I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.